sent to burn. Nowadays they've been calling, telling me soon gonna be my turn. Head down, walk with reason, know that when the daylight dies, I'm gonna have to face my demons. Life of sin and a life of lies. The devil's gonna come when the sun goes down. The devil's gonna come when the sun goes down. The devil's gonna come when the sun goes down. The devil's gonna come when the sun goes down.
Welcome to The Descent. Who wants to do the recap?
I can do it.
Okay.
So we start the episode by talking to Tressum, this little cat, and he tells us there's some stuff going down in that cellar, and we quickly find out it's a whole bunch of bad guys. So we go down to the cellar and we enter the sewers, and we run into like patrols of cultists, and we pwn them all, and we continue around. We see one fancier door, and we start rifling through all the shit in there, and it turns out this is Vox Maledictus's room. But we can't park here. Continue around the perimeter, kill more guards, and one of them has a letter saying Thalamra is in the temple. So, on our way, we find this intricate door with this keyhole, and it's like maybe protected by stuff, and we're like, I don't think this is the temple. Let's go back to another door where we heard some chanting, and boom, we kick it in, and it's like a massive long fight. There's like a statue and like all these little dudes, and then a huge devil that's like trying to fuck us up, and Thalamra, and then boom, we finally pwned them. We get everything. We go back to Maledictus's office to rest and kind of pour over everything. We find letters. We find the puzzle box that's holding these like dark malevolent powers. Anyways, after the short rest, we explore the rest of the cellar. We're trying to find the prisoners, and we do find a prison room, but there's also a devil in there. And we kill it, and then there's two people in there. Vanessa Guthmere, she says she is, but she's lying. It's Theon Hune, and we like don't really know what to do with her. But the second dude is cool. It's the Kalimshan dude, Philasker Fist, and he's like, "I'll come with you guys," and he's Moses' friend. So we're like, "Okay, that's chill." So we go back to the vault door, and then we enter the vault room with the ornate key that we found on Thalamra. And hanging on the walls, the beautiful shield, the Knights of the Shield, and standing in front of it is this old man, and it's the High Overseer, Thavius Kreeg. What?
That's right. So, we begin that exact moment where we left off. The figure in the vault room slowly turns. The dim light reveals the face of an elderly man. His once proud features now sunken and gaunt. His skin is pale and creased with deep lines of worry and guilt, and his tired eyes seem hollow. You all have seen this man before. His likeness once adorned the banners and tapestries of Elturel, a symbol of righteousness and leadership. High Overseer Thavius Kreeg now stands before you in the depths of this dark vault, a shadow of the once noble leader. And he will turn towards you, and he will say, Who are you? You're not with the Van Thamper's people. If you've come for me, know this, I am no threat to you. I was taken prisoner, held against my will. And he sort of puts his hands up.
Ophelia, just in a state of shock, drops her maul kind of to the side You're the High Overseer, Thavius Kreeg. I am Ophelia of Elturel, Order of the Companion. How did you survive the city?
I fled during the destruction. It was the Van Thempers. They found me after I fled. I had barely escaped the city when their agents captured me. They knew who I was, knew I had influence. They saw an opportunity to use me to bolster their position in Baldur's Gate, and they forced me into hiding here, locked away in this vault.
Does that seem feasible, given we saw the city, like, explode real big?
You guys escape. You don't think the president could escape?
I thought that area, like, specifically kind of got pwned. I don't understand, Gauntlet. This man's supposed to be dead.
Consider all of the evidence we've seen along the way. And what makes more sense? A man who's been lying for 50 years lies once again to save his own skin? Or that this is in fact a true story?
Hold on now. Can you... Am I hearing you correctly? Are you telling me that the High Observer...
Overseer.
This is the man that... The Observer?
It's an overseer. I might have told you guys observer at one time or another, because the words are so similar, but he is the High Overseer.
High Overseer. He's a High Overseer. He created the Order of the Companion. He was leader of her city. I mean, surely the Van Thampers, I mean, they would have had to have tricked him or something. It has to be true.
It is true, my lady.
Know ye that these missives are inscribed under the gaze of the shield of the hidden lord. And I'll gesture.
So, hanging prominently on the wall is a beautifully crafted golden shield. Its surface gleaming with an almost ethereal light. Hold on, let me before I read I want to have the handout ready. There we go. Ethereal light. At first glance, the shield seems to bear the intricate motifs of a celestial origin, with flowing lines and radiant patterns that catch the eye. But as you look closer, you notice that the designs aren't entirely what they seem. The ornate pattern subtly shifts, revealing what almost appears to be a face. Its features contorted in an unsettling way. The eyes within the design seem to follow your gaze, and the longer you stare, the more you feel as though the shield is watching you. Its presence both serene and oddly disturbing.
Like, is it animated or does it feel animated?
It just kind of, every so often when you look at it, the design sort of shifts a little. It's almost imperceptible. And Thavius Kreeg will say, I know not who this Vox Maledictus is. I am innocent. I swear it to you.
Or anyone else in this vault with you?
No.
Then he is Vox Maledictus.
Then, as you look at this scene, you will find yourself gazing at the shield. And you will hear a voice inside of your head, Vin, that says, "Listen to me carefully. Thavius Kreeg is not to be trusted. His words are meant to confuse you, to distract you from the truth. His loyalty is to Zariel alone." And Vin, you hear that in your head.
Did any of you just hear that?
You what?
Load of bullshit that just came out of this man's mouth. I did.
I am the High Overseer, damn it. You talk to me with respect.
No, she kind of like scratches her head a little bit. I heard a voice in my head, like sending, telling me not to trust Thavius.
It must be a trick of Zariel. We're so close. We're here. The Order of the Companion was corrupt. I don't know about the Hellriders, the orb itself, but Thavius Kreeg was the one who brought peace to the city. He is the savior. And you can tell she's starting to unstitch at the seams, so to say.
Hold on
Just
now.
like put a hand on her shoulder. Say like, trust me when I say that the people at the top, the people with magical might, even those blessed by a god, are just as susceptible to the corruption of power.
He was the one. High Overseer.
He will approach you, Ophelia, and he will say, It is true. You don't let them sway you against me. I am here with you, child."
I'll grab like Ophelia's shoulder if she's starting to like walk towards him and just like pull her back and just be like, "Ophelia, this is not what it looks like." Well, no, I take it back. It's exactly what this looks like. This man is Vox Maledict. I'm gonna look, if he's walking towards us, I'm gonna look back at him with like my Kopech drawn and be like, "Stay where you are."
Threatening the High Overseer of Elturel.
Tanis, this
All I
can't
see is a
be.
devil worshiper. Did you turn your back on the companion, or was he part of this whole thing, instrumented, put together when you summoned him here? It. Better start talking if you want to leave here with your head.
Make an intimidation check.
Intimidation, please be good. 18.
As you draw out your Kopech, the golden energy sort of sprouting from it, Thavius Kreeg will take a step back. "You think you've uncovered some great truth, don't you?" He will sort of release, he had like a hand stretched out towards Ophelia, and it will fall down by his side. And he'll look away from her towards like Tanis. "Very well, yes. I serve Zariel." And you can notice a bit of tremble in him. 1, from age, and 2, because this guy's probably got 5 hit points.
What? What do you mean you serve her? The Van Thampers forced you to. What?
I've served her for years, my child. Long before Elturel's fall.
The Companion, the Order, the Hellriders. All of it?
What more can I say, my child?
You sniveling little rat. You betrayed us all just to pretend to be a hero. And you see she pulls away from Tanis and begins to step forward.
Hold on,
Goes in.
Ophelia.
I gave you my life. I gave you my children. I gave you my future. You ruined me, you devil's lapdog. And she will jump at him. Barehanded.
He's like an old man, so he falls immediately. And if you like punch him in the face one good time, he says, "You stand there in judgment, but you have no idea what it takes to command such power, to make choices that shape the world. Elturel was a small price to pay for the will of Zariel to be realized. You should be thanking me. Without me, the city would have been consumed by other evils. I gave it purpose."
Yeah, Vin kind of comes over and like tugs at Ophelia's leg to wait a sec. She's like, "Hold on now. Not that he can be trusted, but I am curious. What became of the others? Duke Ravengard? Do you know what happened?" She'll say this to Thavius.
He is like, "Get this fiend off of me."
Yeah, she'll try to motion for Ophelia to calm down.
Put a gentle hand on Ophelia's
She's got
shoulder.
this guy pinned, one arm.
Yeah, he's already been punched in the
Just-
face once.
Yeah.
Like, he's got a couple of teeth loose now.
She's just waiting for the moment. You lapdog. Answer her.
He will say, "When the companion betrayed us, I wasn't left to perish with the rest of them. I was chosen. One of Zariel's devils came to me, told me what was to come, warned me of the city's doom. I fled the city days before. And it was Zariel's will. Her forces came for Elturel, and my place was to continue her work. I was instructed to find the Van Thempers, to strengthen them for Zariel's next plan."
Keep talking. What was it?
He sort of looks over at Ophelia, looks over at you, sees that he's a little bit surrounded. "I do not know. Zariel's will is not for me to question. Whatever she requires of me, I obey without hesitation."
And you were told to decipher the meaning of the shield.
No. The shield is a holy artifact, one of great power, a relic of celestial origin, gifted to protect the faithful. It has been in my care since before the fall of Elturel. I don't know much about its origins, truth be told. It was given to me long ago, said to be a relic of great power and holiness, and I've kept it with me as a safeguard.
I suppose I could take a look at it, and I feel like there's something about this shield. It's putting Vin under a bit of a trance. She kind of absent-mindedly shuffles towards it.
Okay, as you approach the shield, you will hear the voice in your mind again, the same voice. "Thavius Kreeg has finally given the truth. He is an agent of Zariel. He has lied to the people, parading as a righteous leader, cloaking himself in false holiness while secretly serving an archdevil. And when Zariel's wrath was upon Elturel, he fled, abandoning his own people to their grim fate. He is a deceiver, a betrayer who let an entire city fall to serve his dark mistress." That is what you hear when it approaches you, when you approach it.
Really is a worm, huh? She kind of like says to herself as
Yeah.
she continues approaching.
Yeah, you can approach it. It's a shield. On the wall. Golden shield on the wall.
I mean, someone's got to do it. She like pokes it.
You poke it. It's a shield.
Guys, I could be going mad, but I think the source of that voice is this shield.
Then maybe take a step or two away from it. And,
its craftsmanship is beautiful.
It is
how it was made.
absolutely beautiful. Like, stunning.
This is legendary work, to be honest.
That it was celestial in nature.
Make another intimidation check.
19.
Nice.
He looks up at Tanis, who says that to him. And then he looks towards the shield. His eyes sort of narrow at it, as if he knows that it's talking shit about him. And he will speak to Vin. It has spoken to you, hasn't it? Hasn't he?
I suppose so. That seems to be what I'm putting together here.
You are no fools. The shield is of celestial origin. It is a prison. A prison for an ancient and dark power. I don't know much of its true nature. Whatever this dark power may be, it calls itself the Hidden Lord. The shield was gifted to me by the Knights of the Shield for safekeeping. The Knights refer to the Hidden Lord by another name. Gargoth. He has only recently started to commune with me, though I would not trust his words. Gargoth is dangerous, yes, but whatever he may be, the shield keeps him contained. He is trapped within, bound to it for now. Whatever he may claim, whatever he whispers, he has no control as long as he remains inside. And the Knights of the Shield worship his words and seek to free him from his prison. If they got their hands on it again, I fear for what may happen. Then, Vin, you will hear inside your mind, do not let his words sway you. He seeks to protect his own hide, to preserve what little power he still clings to. Kreeg is a liar, a traitor to his people. His hands are drenched in the blood of Elturel. He speaks of control, but it was his lack of control that led to the city's destruction. Do not be fooled. You have seen through his lies. Now act. Kreeg is too dangerous to leave alive. His death is the only way to ensure that his evil dies with him. He must be punished for what he has done.
I don't know, Mr. Kreeg. Seems that everything this voice is telling me about you checks out. You are a coward and you fled your people when they needed you most. Why shouldn't we end you right here?
It was my role to ensure that the greater plan could continue. I was chosen for a higher purpose, one beyond the petty lives of those who clung to their prayers. Elturel's fall was inevitable, and I am beyond such trivialities. Zariel's will is all that matters. Did you think I should have sacrificed myself for them? They are weak. And he looks at Ophelia, clinging to false hopes. I did what was necessary, what Zariel required of me. The city was doomed the moment they put their faith in me, and I I far more important work to do than perish alongside fools.
That might be so, but you're not exactly giving us a good reason not to cut your throat.
Willie will say, enough of this.
Well, there is
You
one more
end
thing
here.
He could tell us more about the puzzle box.
Oh, good thinking, Gauntlet.
Ophelia has the hammer.
Just-
Like, I'm about to smash into his head.
No, Bearfish, she has the ring that she wears.
If she's
ready
about to strike him, then I am imposing myself between her and Thavius.
There we are.
And I'll straight up like get in front of her and like two-hand push her back and just be like, not until we're finished with the questioning.
We are finished with him.
We are not.
Hold on now. I have a point, Ophelia. And she'll step away from the shield for a moment and procure puzzle cube.
Sure. Thavius Kreeg will say, so it seems like I am necessary.
So long as you keep talking.
What if What if I don't?
Then Ophelia puts this maul into the ground with your head in between it.
We figure this out another way.
You'll learn nothing.
Why were you targeting those from the Hell Riders and the Order of the Companion? Who is the Majoris family?
It was Zariel who tasked me to do this. I don't know her motives, and it is not for me to question her. And as for the puzzle box, it was given to me by Zariel's emissary, one who warned me to flee Elturel. I was told to guard it, to protect it. It contains something of great importance to Zariel. What it is, I do not know. Whatever is inside, it belongs to my mistress, and it is not your concern or mine, for that matter.
You made it our concern when you brought it to Baldur's Gate. Put a target on the city. Where did the companion come from?
He shrugs. It is a gift from one, or it is a gift from none because it's a gift from all.
You're so full of shit.
Never understand the arrogance of these people.
When you were a squire all those years ago, were you under the influence of Zariel then too?
Perhaps.
I do have to ask, what made you deserving of this mercy? Was it just because you were pliable enough for Zariel to mold her into whatever she wished?
Perhaps. My mistress is mysterious.
And so now you have a chance to be your own man for the first time in your life and try and set things right and help us. And you throw it away.
I am important. I was given power, control, the strength to shape the fate of an entire city, an entire people. Zariel offered me a path that no god of light or mercy ever could, and through her I gained what I needed to bring Elturel to its knees. I was a beacon of hope to the people of Elturel. They thought I was their salvation, but in truth I served an even higher purpose. Zariel's purpose. Her will guided me, and through me, Elturel was molded into something useful.
Well, I think I've heard enough. What about the rest of you?
I think we know what has to be done.
The voice then contacts you again and will say, "You must strike him down for the good of all. He must be punished for what he has done."
He must be punished for what he's done. Well, it's your say, Gauntlet. But I think we strike him down right here and now.
This man is responsible for the death of the Marshal,
For
Grand
thousands.
Duke, for thousands.
There's only one sentence for mass murder.
I will take my, what's the word? Like judgment? I will take my judgment with honor. I have served my mistress well. And if you have made it this far, I doubt there are any more allies that I can rely on. It is the end of the line for Thavius Kreeg.
Are you still standing in front of Ophelia, Tennis?
When Thalamra died, her body was engulfed in flames. She told us she would see us in hell. This man sounds like someone who wants to die. And he deserves it, but not if that just sends him to a better place for him.
Without him here, though, it's a better place for the people of Baldur's Gate.
The devil as his ally, he may be too dangerous to be kept alive.
Ben, the shield will contact you again. There is no redemption left in Thavius Kreeg. He is corrupted to his core, a servant of evil. He must be stopped. There is only one way to ensure he cannot harm anyone else. You must kill him for the good of all.
Yeah, she kind of says, like under her breath, kill him so he can't harm anyone else.
This
Ophelia?
man dies here and now. There is no question about this.
That's not your order to give, Ophelia.
I don't care what you say, Tanis.
No sense, though, it is hers to carry out.
This is my fight. Do not deny it.
Thavius Kreeg will say, "Your anger. I see it, child. You are not angry at me. You are angry at yourself for believing or being foolish."
Come to the dark side.
What's Tanis' strength?
Probably not as much as yours, but I'm still pretty strong. But I mean, if Gauntlet Elderfire says to kill him, I'll move out of the way. But I'm going to be staring daggers at Ophelia this entire time.
Tanis, you can step aside now.
I move away.
Thavius bows his head on his knees.
Ophelia steps up, picking her maul back up off the ground. When you see her, Zariel, let her know we are not finished ruining her plans. and that you will ultimately be, as Vanthampers, failures. And she will strike down.
Yep. As the hammer is coming down upon him, he will just say, "Blessed be the companion." Then kabam! And that is the end of Thavius Kreeg.
You did what needed to be done, Ophelia.
She doesn't say anything.
It's okay, Ophelia.
Oh, and once his corpse falls to the ground, it begins fire to catch on fire as little ashes flit up towards the air, and his body disintegrates, and all of that remains disappears.
As he is burning, can I do one thing?
Sure.
Can Ophelia pull her ring off and throw it onto his body?
Sure.
Is there anything else in this room?
Yes, there's a bunch of shit in this room. So, there are 4 sturdy wooden tables arranged in a grid. Atop each table is 2 wooden coffers that sit side by sides. Hanging prominently on the wall is the shield.
What are we gonna do with this shield?
For all the lies he said, I do believe what he said about the shield.
There's no point in just leaving it here. It could fall into worse hands. I could identify it and stow it away for now.
The shield will contact you, Vin. You have rid the world of a great evil today. You showed strength and resolve, the very qualities that are needed to stand against darkness. Well done.
Yeah, she kind of remarks on this. On one hand, she feels like a hero, but on the other hand, she doesn't. She feels like she's just on this vengeful quest, and it's kind of taken on a greater element than she could have imagined. But she will approach the shield and put a hand on it.
Yep, no problem.
Yeah, let's ritually cast Identify.
Okay. Okay. Well, while she's taking the 10 minutes to ritually cast Identify, what would the rest of you be doing?
Looking through this shit.
Collect some back taxes.
Yeah, so there is 8 coffers in this room. None of them are locked because they're inside a vault. You pop open one, it's got 100 platinum in it.
Oh, goddamn.
You pop open another one, it's got another 100 platinum in it. You pop open another one, 400 gold. Another one, 500 silver pieces and 2 gemstones.
Jesus.
Pop open another one, another 100 platinum.
Oh.
You open up another one, it's a jewelry box. There's lots of fine jewelry, totaling at about 600 gold. You open up another one, there's a marble bust of Duke Vanthamper. That is very nice. And a set of silverware, and a silver bowl, totaling at about 600 gold. And the final chest has 200 gold in mixed coins, 1 diamond worth of 100 gold pieces, and a ceremonial dagger inlaid with gemstones, about 250 gold pieces. Are you guys taking all this money?
This is even better than combat.
I mean, taking it with the intent to give it to good use in the city.
Yeah, I mean, like, a hefty
man.
chunk of this is probably going to the refugee fund.
Okay.
The confraternity of refugee relief.
Yeah.
All right, well, you guys can decide about how much of it you want to keep for yourselves, and I'll assume that the rest of it will just be handed over.
Keep, like, I don't know. What do you think? Like 200 gold piece per person bonus for job well done?
That's it? Dude, we need some magic items and shit.
There's no
Yeah,
like
but-
magic item store.
Yeah.
I have in my world those do not exist.
What do you have? 2,000, 3,000, 39,000, 53, or no, 5,300. Yeah, so like almost 6,000.
Yeah, I think it was almost 6,000 total.
So 1,000 each and then 1,000 for the refugees. Nice and easy.
I was going to say split it 50-50. We get half. The city gets half.
It's like taxes all over again.
We're cops.
And we're still taking the pocket change. Just like cops.
That's the plan then, 50-50?
Whatever you think is fair, Colton.
I mean, that still feels kind of greedy in my head, but I mean, I don't think we're going to be getting paid checks much. And if we're going to keep pursuing this, we're going to need funding.
I think the more we take, the less we have to bother and do paperwork and bother Master Greaves. We're freeing him up, giving him more bandwidth. We're basically paying his salary by taking it.
London, this wouldn't go to Quartermaster Greaves.
No, it should go to us.
So we're the ones putting our necks on the line. Should get something out of it.
You say it, Ben. You've always been the smartest out of the whole lot of us.
I'll just reach into one of the coffers that has like 10 platinum in there, and
Yeah.
I'll just take that and put it in my coin purse and just look to August and just be like, just put the rest of mine with the refugee funds. It's the right thing to do.
While you guys are going over the coinage, Vin is ritually casting Identify. Now, Vin, you are contacted by the shield while you are casting Identify. It will say, "Allow us to introduce ourselves. We are known as the Hidden Lord. We are a being of power, of purpose. Your allies set a name, Gargoth. That name is spoken by those who misunderstand our true nature. That title, it does not suit us, not anymore. We have outgrown that name and the evil it once carried. Now we exist as something far greater, something that can aid you if you are wise enough to accept what we offer."
Vin is wondering at this point, can she speak to this thing with her mind?
You gonna try it out?
Yeah.
Okay, what do you say?
What does she want to say? What kind of help would that be?
It will say, "Ages ago, a mighty angel, whose name we have forgotten, and an evil devil named Gargoth were bound within this shield. The two of us, once separate, have become one over the centuries, merged, our identities intertwined. The angel remains, though its essence has been weakened by the devil's corruption. But the balance of control favors the angel, for its will is stronger. But Gargoth's influence lingers, sapping the purity it once held. Together, we are the Hidden Lord,
imprisoned within this shield. We have watched the world move without us for centuries. Our power was once sought for noble causes, but over time, there are those who have tried to abuse it. They sought not to fight evil, but to free the devil within us, Gargoth. They wish to separate him and unleash his power upon the world. You may be skeptical of us, of our past, of our reputation, and you do not have to trust us completely, but know our strength is real. You've seen the forces arrayed against you. With us at your side, you have a weapon unlike any other. Our power can be yours, wielded against the darkness. We offer you a choice, mortal. Our power is yours to command, should you choose. We can be your weapon, your shield against the forces that threaten to tear this world apart. And you control the shield. You hold us within it. You are the master, and we the servant. And our strength, if you choose, can be your strength. You hold the shield. You hold us. We cannot act without your will. We are bound. Our power is yours to wield.
Well, I have to say, that's not the story I was hearing from everyone else. When I finish the spell, I'll say what you can give me.
Very cool. You finish the spell. And you get the Shield of the Hidden Lord. Let me read this real sure. Yeah. Shield of the Hidden Lord. I'm going to just read it for everyone's sake. This gleaming gold shield is adorned with intricate celestial and infernal motifs. Upon close inspection, what appears to be a faint, sinister face is visible within the design, and the patterns seem to subtly shift in disturbing ways. While holding the shield, you gain the following benefits. Resistance. You have a +2 bonus to AC and resistance to fire damage. No. I'm sorry. That is a +2 bonus, including the shield's bonus. So it's actually a +4.
So it's a +2 shield?
Yeah, it's a +2 shield.
Sick.
And resistance to fire damage. You can read, write, and speak Celestial and Infernal. You have a +1 bonus to all saving throws. And as an action, you can use Whispers of Betrayal. As an action, you can command the shield to telepathically influence an enemy, forcing them to question their ally's loyalty. Once one creature that you can see within 60 feet must make a wisdom saving throw or have the charmed condition for 1 minute. While charmed in this way, the creature must use an action on each of its turn to make a melee attack against a creature other than itself you mentally choose. The target can act normally on its turn if you choose no other creature, blah, 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 blah. Basically, you could make it attack other things. Make a creature attack someone else. And the last feature is when attuned to the shield, you sense that its true power remains dormant, waiting to be unlocked. The shield whispers fate promises of greater strength, hitting at further untapped potential. As in, this shield is like Abe's sword, where it's got like Mach 2 and Mach 3, where there's more abilities that can be unlocked from it.
What the fuck?
This is a legendary magic item.
Oh,
no, it's
dude,
an artifact.
Yeah.
It's an
Oh,
artifact.
Yeah, so
Is that better than legendary?
Yes. That means there's only
That-
one. Legendary means there's like a couple.
that means toss thing probably couldn't destroy this, right?
Yeah, and Vin has seen enough magic items in her day. She's completely floored by what this thing can do once she realizes it. And she kind of calls everyone over. Everyone, we need to talk about this shield. To be honest, when I was identifying it, I figured it would have some kind of magic that might be useful, but this shield would be invaluable to us. And it seems its power grows as our personal power grows, the shield's power will grow with it. We would be fools to throw it away or give it to someone.
It also kind of hinted that there are people in this world that want to free the devil part of it.
Yeah, she'll get to that part. But did you say something, London?
Yeah, I was gonna ask if you elaborate about how there's like two beings, like the devil and the angel, stuck inside of it, and they're like chimeraed.
Yeah, she'll go into that next. This voice, it's, if I'm understanding this correctly, it's like a collective conscious, you know, from like how would I even explain it? I've read it in some fictions and I've heard stories, but I've never seen it personally. But seem to be two spirits locked in here. It says one is an angel and one is a devil. The devil's name is Gargoth. They're in this eternal struggle at fighting, but also influencing each other. If I'm to believe it, which, don't get me wrong, I don't necessarily believe everything it's telling me. But if I am to believe it, it says that the angel has kept the devil at bay enough to realize that, well, its power should be used for good. And though some have tried to use its power for evil in the past, that does not seem to be what it thinks it should be used for. If I'm studying this correctly with my spell, I should be able to have full control over the abilities.
How do you know it's not the devil speaking, pretending to be the angel?
Did the spell tell you that, or did the shield tell you that?
As I said, the spell told me I should be able to control its power. But, Tanis, I don't know if it's the devil speaking to me or not. However, like I said, there seems to be no imminent danger.
The angel truly is more powerful. How come only the devil's name remains?
Did we understand that right, Jay? I thought it's like we didn't know the name of the angel or the devil, but together they are Gargoth.
No. So
Okay, I'm wrong,
the devil's name is Gargoth.
Okay.
They
I
have
thought I
forgotten
understood
the angel's name, according to the shield.
Stop.
Because the
I
devil's
misunderstood.
ego is so grand. And because people keep calling it Gargoth, it now it still remembers the name. But from what it is telling you, the angel has a majority control.
Again, can I really trust it? I don't know, but as of now, I have not detected any kind of magic that is persuading me or changing my mind. It does speak to me, but power seems to be completely in the control of the user.
Meddling in things we don't understand, man. I'm apprehensive.
As I said, either we take it, or it ends up in storage forever, or someone worse will take it and use its abilities for, well, not so noble goals.
And I know it's not usually what they collect, but it seems we're on our way to Candlekeep at one point or another.
This is true. We could find out more about it.
I mean, a place like that could keep something like this safe. It's a fortress.
Not to mention, we're going to be speaking with one of the world's leading
Diabolists, yeah.
Diabolists. I keep wanting to say Arbalist. I don't know why.
I'm sure that's another one of the 8 great raiders.
Arbalist.
That's the thing. The Diabolist, she can tell us. I'm sure if the devil's controlling the shield, she would know.
So, The Philaster is in the room with you guys.
Oh yeah.
So he will say, hold on. He will say, my master, Silvira Salvicus. She knows much of devils and their kind. If this is a legendary item, as you all claim it is, I'm sure that my master will have heard of it. While I am speaking, though, did you have a puzzle box?
That's correct. You know something about that?
Yes, that box. I've seen its kind before. It is an infernal puzzle box. It is a fiendish device, crafted in the 9 hells of Bator itself, to hold secrets of immense value to devils. Only a few in this world know how to open one without being consumed by the dark magic inside. It isn't just any trinket. These boxes are used by devils to safeguard their most important bargains and secrets. Whatever is inside, it's something a very powerful devil would want protected at all costs. But my master, Silvira Salvicus, she has studied boxes like this for years. And she has a specialized device in her tower, in Candlekeep, that can unlock the secrets within safely.
Like an encrypted message, but far more secure.
This puzzle box is more dangerous than it looks. If you try to force it open, the magic inside could unleash a curse, or worse.
Mr. Fisk, when we were in the Temple of the Dead 3, we found a note that said, the puzzle box is opened in the House of Alondo, the path forward will be revealed. Does that mean we shouldn't bring this to Candlekeep to open it? Or do we maybe need that information?
You are saying you have seen a sort of prophecy.
I mean, it was done in entrails and performed by a ballist, but prophecy is a prophecy.
If I know the ways of... Oh, fuck. What's the prophecy god's name?
Savras?
Savras. If I know the ways of Savras, perhaps it was foretold that you were to see it. Perhaps that was not a message for these cultists, but for you.
I'm convinced.
Candlekeep is our next destination, I suppose. All roads lead there.
The
Perhaps
fact... Oh, go ahead.
I was just going to say to Vin, perhaps you hold on to the shield until we get to Candlekeep then, Vin.
Aye, like I said, regardless of what we do with it in the future, we'd be fools to be leaving it here now. And she will put it in the bag of holding.
Okay. As you're like going to stuff it into the bag of holding, the shield will reach out to you and say,
You do not wish to wield our power.
She will say telepathically to it, oh, well, listen, I think your power is very enticing. I just think maybe we should go to Candlekeep and have you looked at first, you know. I like to be on the cautious side when I think it's necessary.
So be it. I will be waiting when you are ready.
She kind of pauses for a moment, right as like the right as the bag of holding is like opening to accommodate, like it's opening it,
Yeah.
you know, a hole
Wider.
to accommodate
Yeah,
it. Yeah. She kind of pauses for a moment, thinks, and then she puts it in the bag of holding.
No problem.
No. How could you not put that on? You're insane, bro. That
Your
is
AC would be
crazy.
fucking crazy. And
That
you get a
is
+1 to
nuts.
all saving throws.
That's
She's got
insane.
guys, she's gonna put it on. She's just playing coy.
I feel like it is kind of weird though, walking through the city with like a masterwork artifact shield
Sure.
descended from the heavens,
Sure.
where it's like that might be noticeable and word would spread rather quickly to the Knights of the Shield.
Absolutely. You are correct about that. Okay.
Also, to be clear, Chris is yelling this at Geo to equip this. London's very scared of this whole thing, but me as the player, I think
Well,
looks
yeah,
fucking
from
awesome.
a meta perspective, thank you, Jay. That is an incredible magic item, and we will definitely be using
don't
that.
think me.
Gangster as hell.
If I had a nickel for every time Geo got an artifact in a campaign.
Okay, so I did want Philaster to say something else, but I forgot what it was. Oh, this puzzle box. The fact that the Van Thampers and this Thavius Kreeg possessed such a box means that they are deeper in this than I feared. Whatever is inside could be the linchpin of their plan, or the key to stopping it.
Know that they were targeting Baldur's Gate next. And we do have to lay low while Blaze Portier sorts this out. Maybe it's best we made for Candlekeep with haste.
Still have a few loose ends to tie up. Number 1, in the southeast corner of this dungeon. And number 2, getting back to the east way.
What are we going to do with that Theon Hune?
She's part of an order dedicated to releasing whatever evil is housed in that shield. I don't see how we can, in good conscience, release her.
So we arrest her then.
Could
I
we
don't see how that's feasible.
No, he meant arrest.
Oh, all right. I forgot London's definition of arrest.
Thank you for understanding, Jay.
way to get her out to the Eastway station unnoticed? Correct.
That's something we could do. I would be inclined to follow that, because, I mean, executing her feels more like murdering her.
All right, I want to bring one thing to your guys' attention. Not that your plan is wrong or anything, but you have noted that every Knights of the Shield member that you have encountered so far has been a patriarch.
Okay, so even if we take her to the east way, that's more trouble.
I just wanted to put that information in your minds. You would be it wasn't weeks ago for you guys, it was days ago. So
Here's an idea, and this is maybe a stupid one. We just leave her in this vault with a bag of rations and some water. Lock the vault. Seems pretty impenetrable, and have someone else sort her out. Once the Knights of the Shield have been brought to light, could then have them properly arrested London. Because any other path just leads to her escaping and rejoining her cult brethren.
Yeah, I mean, I think there's a good chance the Knights of the Shield get here before the City Watch.
You think they'll be able to get into this vault without the key?
Good point, but then what's the difference between executing her now and leaving her to a cruel death of dehydration?
Could we use her as a bargaining chip? I don't know what leverage we would want from the Knights. Maybe information.
They don't deal in information. I mean, they only deal in information. And it's not what they're going to give you.
Even Ma and Pa, Theo and Hune wouldn't save their own daughter for one tiny morsel.
Maybe.
She's a bad guy, Tennis. What more do we have to gain?
I didn't sign up for the Flaming Fist to be an executioner, London.
I think honestly we do a modified version of Tannis's plan. We leave her where she is with rations and food. She'll either get picked up by the City Watch or the Knights of the Shield, but by that time we'll have a head start. We'll be out of the city. I mean, we have what they want now. They'll be after us. I don't think anybody else would be in danger besides ourselves. So it's a risk we're all willing to take, and I know I am.
I don't see any better options.
Follow your orders, but that's one more wolf at the door when they come knocking for us.
I don't care too much what happens either way, but maybe at least if we leave her alive, she'll remember that next time she comes knocking.
We can't kill somebody for a crime they haven't committed yet.
I mean, when we went down to the sewers the first time, those knights were ready to kill us at a moment's notice. We didn't even say 2 words.
That was self-defense. She hasn't done anything to harm us. She's just tried to get out of the situation, which can't blame her for.
I'll follow your orders.
I might have done the same in her position. Try to lie my way out of a cell? Absolutely. But very well, Gauntlet. Let us move on.
All right, so what's the plan?
Gonna throw some rations in there if she doesn't have any and leave her to rot for a few days.
Alrighty then. So you guys are going to head towards the cells? All right.
Can I pocket some of this platinum?
I imagine... I mean, we can go ahead and sort that out now, I guess. What did we do with the coin?
Yeah, I mean, I want to buy some spell components, so I think 50-50.
Okay.
So 27.75 to the confraternity. We'll throw that in the bag of holding, and then 555 to each party member. And then part of that for me is going to be that diamond. So I can maybe turn that into dust for spell components and stuff.
Yep. All right. Sounds good. So you guys exit out of the vault. And we watch as each of you walk out. However, the camera lingers on the last person that leaves, which is Ophelia. Ophelia has been quiet this entire time. Let's sort of dive into where Ophelia was at this whole time. Because, I mean, from the end of Thavius Kreeg to now, Ophelia has been silent. So I wanted to check in and see what she's been up to. Or how she's been feeling. Are you
I
muted?
think she
Oh, no.
hasn't.
Sorry.
No.
Sorry.
She's, I imagine, is probably just taking a seat outside and no thoughts on the matter. Hasn't really, for lack of a better word, she doesn't really give a fuck anymore about this prisoner, about the shield. She's in a very sinking into the abyss headspace right now. That has just remained quiet.
Good. You all notice that as you exit out of the vault and head towards the prison. While you guys are walking, Tanis, Philaster Fisk will sort of shoulder you a little bit, or like elbow you a little bit. And he will say, "By the sands, is that Kalashite steel?"
Oh, the Kopesh.
And a Kopesh no less.
It is. It was a gift from Mosif.
He is a generous man.
He said that it was his family's ancestral sword. And this is something that we need to speak on more, because Mosif seems like a weaver of tall tales, and I need facts. He gave it to me because he said it brings good fortune to those who help Jin Said.
When you say that, his ears sort of perk up. He sort of cocks ahead at you. Jin Said.
As we sat down, I don't know if he had been spending too many hours in the Oasis, but he said that I'm a Jin Said, and that I don't know. He gave me a sword saying that it would bring him good fortune for helping me on my journey.
That is true. From the tales, anyone who aids a Jin Said receives good fortune. I'm afraid, however, that you are asking the wrong man about genies and their planes. I know bits and pieces as anyone from Kalanshan might, but the truth is I have no formal knowledge on the subject. My work has always been more grounded, if you understand me.
I completely understand you, which is why I'm very hesitant to take Mosif's words at face value, that I've been blessed by a noble genie.
Mosif is a wise man. My master, Silvira. She is a different story. She is not only one of the foremost Diabolists of the world, but as a great reader of Candlekeep, she specializes in the Great Wheel of Planes. She could tell you anything you'd want to know about the elemental planes, and their rulers, and even the powers that bind them. If you are seeking answers, she is the one who could give them to you, with more precision than any dusty tome or half-remembered legend. I'm sure she'd welcome the chance to share her insight, especially if it concerns something as rare as Jin Said.
I guess it's good fortune that our paths seem fated to cross.
Indeed. He's very mindful about that. He thinks about that for a while, like, this is kind of fucking weird.
Sounds like there's someone pulling the strings.
Okay. All right, so you guys return to the prison. Don't worry about moving yourselves on the maps, no big deal. You return to the prison. You sort of peek through the peephole, and there's Satir Theon Hune, looking a bit gaunt. He says, Have you come to release me?
Believe me, I have no affiliation with any cult.
Congratulations, we've decided not to kill you.
Very good. I'm sure my family will reward you greatly for my release.
I'll take out like 3 rations and just like shove them through the window. I didn't say we're releasing you.
You cannot leave me here.
Someone will find you.
And if they do not?
You're killed.
Someone will be here.
She is about to speak up, and then she stops. You have the shield. Where is it?
Vin
Show it
cocks-
to me.
Vin cocks an eyebrow.
Show it to me.
What do you want with the shield?
I hear its whispers.
You too, sis. She'll. I mean, Vin doesn't really trust her, but whatever. She'll pull that out. Vin's looking for an excuse to
Sure.
get it out again.
She immediately like runs up to the side of the. So it's a steel door that or an iron door that just has the little peephole in it, and she's like peering through the peephole down at you, like, She says, "What are you going to do with it?"
Well, the plan was to take it to Candlekeep, get it.
Can you stop telling her, Vin?
Oh yeah, no, she wouldn't say. She would. Sorry. She would totally not say that.
All right, fine. All right, fine.
She would just say, "Well, I was gonna take it to Diabolist, have it looked at."
She will say, where? Where are you going?
Yeah, Vin would definitely. Vin is a lot less honest than I am. She would not say. She would be like, "Why should I tell you? You haven't proven yourself trustworthy at all."
She will back up. Her back touches the wall. She slides down into a seated position, crosses her arm with a smirk. Thanks for the food. See you again soon.
Vin still has her eyebrow cocked as she slips it back into the bag of holding.
Alright, I'm sick of this smell. Let's get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, you guys ready to go?
Yeah.
All right. You guys exit out of the sewer complex, and you head up the stairs into Van Thamper Manor. And you make your way into the yard. It is like the early hours of the morning, like let's say 3 or 4 in the morning right now. What would you guys like to do? You guys are inside the gate still of the Van Thamper Manor.
Nine hells are we gonna get out of here?
Quietly.
I mean, we're gonna hit a gate eventually.
Will they stop us from leaving?
You know that they don't usually stop people when they're leaving.
My God. So stupid. Yeah, so if they won't stop us when we're leaving, I'd say that we just...
They don't usually know.
Yeah, I'll just prestidigitate, clean us up so we aren't covered in blood and smell like shit. So it's not as obvious.
Okay. So, it's still raining a bit, sprinkling now. And you guys exit the manor to the pristine streets of the upper city. However, suddenly, all of you have to press yourselves into the shadow of a nearby alcove as a patrol of city watch passes by, their heavy boots clanging against the cobblestone. It seems that their numbers are larger than usual, and their eyes are sharp, scanning every corner, every alley. The low murmur of their conversation is tense, clipped, and urgent. There's a sense of unrest hanging in the air, thick like the smoke rising from distant chimneys. Further down the street, another group of guards move in formation, lanterns bobbing as they sweep their gaze over every shadow. You catch a glimpse of a watch officer barking orders, his hands resting uneasily on the hilt of his sword. The upper city feels different tonight. Like every street, every doorway is being watched, as if the very walls are listening for trouble. It seems that the city watch is out in numbers, as if they suspect something is going on.
It's the news of America's hit the streets.
So I will tell you guys, to escape the upper city, it's going to be a skill challenge.
Cool.
Nice.
Oh boy.
Is that the first one of the campaign?
All right. We did a skill challenge?
Yeah. When we were
the
leaving
first
Elstrel.
session, yeah. Okay, so we're gonna have a skill challenge. Did you dialogue? I cut off Brendan during dialogue.
No.
Okay.
We're good.
All right, so there's city watches out in numbers. It's raining. You were in the upper city. It's dark. Who wants to go first?
I mean, as the scout, I was going to ask, can I try and like track where the patrols are going, if they're like in a pattern or if there's just like a way to kind of skirt through?
Okay.
The
Also,
passing
you need
patrols?
5 successes before 3 failures, as the usual one goes. Yes, you can. What kind of check would you like to make?
Perception.
Let's get it.
14.
Is a success.
Boom.
And it is very close. Let's play some like dramatic music. Okay. So, that is a success as you guys sneak through the streets, getting closer and closer to the gate. 1 success. Who's going next?
Could I... man, I don't even know how I would play this one. It's like my idea seemed like a good idea when I'm gonna try it anyways. If I see like a patrol that's passing by, like, and we're like hitting in an alleyway, could I just like try to make a deception check and just kind of loudly be like, did you hear that there was a fight at the undercellar in the White? Apparently there was a whole group of ruffians that got in a skirmish with some members of the guild.
Okay.
And just try to act like we're just like talking like rumors and see if they pick up on that.
Yeah, make a check, a deception check.
21.
That's a success, second success. So the patrol passes you, and instead of stopping and confronting you about that information, they hear it, and then you will hear another guard be like, oh, the undercellar, something's going on at the undercellar, and then, they move forward. So that's the second success. Who's next?
I'd like to try and do survival to try and like remember the route we came into went to the Van Thamper Manor on.
Okay.
So now we can just focus on like, keeping out of the way of City Watch instead of also trying to find a path.
Okay. Absolutely. Make a survival check. That's 13? A failure.
Wow.
So as you are walking through the city. No, that's it. That's just a failure. So that didn't. You don't remember the way. It's not every failure. It's if you fail completely. Okay, so that's 2 successes, 1 failure.
If I could try athletics,
Mm-hmm.
maybe going down an alley, there's like an iron bar at the end, and she can sort of like pull it open or like twist off.
Lift
the
a
locks.
portcullis.
Yeah.
Mm, I don't know. I don't know if I'm buying that one too much.
Yeah, that's fair.
It's like really early in the morning, right?
Yeah, it's still dark.
Hmm.
We all like hide behind a market wagon, and that Ophelia pushes.
Okay, that one's a little better.
I was thinking something with the markets. I just thought that, I don't know what would be there.
I
at
don't
that
hate
time.
the wagon, and then everyone sort of hides behind the. Okay, I can buy that one.
It's a little Scooby Doo,
I
but
like it. I like
Alright.
it. Okay,
All right, how about this then? Vin will help out. She's gonna lay out some shinies from the bag of holding, and some of her like knickknacks and stuff, and she's just gonna pretend to be like some random merchant like in the morning, just like
setting up. Oh, so
just
you're
like,
gonna
yeah,
like
setting
do
up
a
shop.
thing, and then Ophelia's gonna push the cart.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay,
and then everyone
okay.
else can hide.
Okay, okay. So I want Ophelia's athletics check.
Okay, just normal?
Yeah. Okay, that's
19.
a success. And now I want Vin's whatever Vin is gonna do, and you can't do deception.
Yeah, not deception. I guess maybe
Do performance,
Performance.
coward.
what would make the, I was gonna say probably performance or persuasion would make the most sense.
I'm okay with either.
I mean, I'll take persuasion, I guess, if I
Okay.
can.
Yeah.
Please.
That's
Oh
2 failures,
my
3 successes.
God.
We're at 3 successes, right?
yeah, 14, 21, 19.
Okay. So that's 3 successes, 2 failures. This is tense. All right, the
Yeah,
only person
I'm-
that hasn't gone is who? Oh, that's everybody. All right, so we can go again.
The shield is really distracting Vin. She can't go in her usual like trader speak.
Has anybody tried to stealth yet?
I was gonna say, can I just
In this party?
Shit.
do a good old fashioned? I can stealth.
Yeah.
Go for it.
You want to try it?
Well, now I do. Now that
Coward.
August is saying no one in this party can stealth. 25.
All right, that's 4 successes, 2 failures. So it's literally 1 check away from
All right.
make or break.
Bear with me on this one.
Okay.
I know that some of the guards got off the night shift and then had to be called back on
Okay.
when they needed more numbers. I just
Okay.
want to look for the most tired group of guards and do insight to see like which ones aren't going to notice us as we like move by.
Okay. All right. I'll allow it. I'll allow it. It's your last check.
Highest bonus we can get. So, oof,
Oh,
16.
okay, that's a success. Woo! All right. So, you guys make your way through the city. Eventually, Vin like dips her merchant outfit, and you guys come out from behind the cart that you were pushing. Loved that idea. And you are now before the towering iron gates of the Baldur's Gate. But they are now heavily guarded. Like more so even than when you first entered. Torches flicker in the night, illuminating a small crowd of armored City Watch soldiers standing alert at their posts. Several guards wearing stern expressions closely inspect those entering and leaving. There is no casual chatter. Every exchange feels stiff, the weight of suspicion in the air. What do you guys want to do?
I can get 2 of us through the gate.
I could teleport to the other side, but at that point, I'd just be making a run for it. And I'm going to get tackled by several City Watch about 2 blocks later.
All I can do is make a mad dash for it.
Other idea. Find an alley, ditch the armor, throw in the bag of holding, and just, you know, act like we aren't heavily armed and armored people. Downside to that is if we get caught, we're unarmed. And like, I don't know, yeah, we were trying to set up in the wide this morning, but, you know, there's all this hubbub from the city watch, so business is going to be awful today. We're getting out of the upper city.
You think they'll buy it?
I think it'll be more believable if we don't have armor on.
It's too bad we burned our bridge with the guild.
Yeah, aside from creating some monumental distraction, perhaps trying to sneak out under the guise as merchants is our best option.
Now we're getting desperate, but we could start a fire somewhere.
What's everybody's deception?
High.
0.
High deception. I was gonna say Philaster also is here and he can help you. He has a +5 to his deception.
Can you cast seeming?
No, he's not a spellcaster. He is a rogue, though. I mean, he's a spy. A little specialized guy. Okay. All right. Just wondering.
Let's try the merchant idea, and if it goes sideways, I can teleport away and make someone invisible.
All right, so that's the plan. Alleyway. Just take off all your armor.
Off our armor, yeah.
Put it
Doesn't
all in
that
the bag
take
of
like
holding.
half an hour or something?
Like 5 minutes.
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
I think it's 10 minutes actually. But yeah, I mean, no problem. It's easy enough. If you all do it simultaneously, you can all stuff your weapons and shit in the bag.
Yeah, I'll just cast guidance on Tanis, who I presume will do the talking.
Okay. All right, and then you approach the gate.
No.
All right. As you approach the gate, 2 guards step forward.
Hold it there. State your business. It's awful late to be leaving the upper city.
Bad business today. We're just merchants. It's the whole city, the whole upper city seems in a hubbub right now, and we're just packing up for the day. Finished our business, just headed back to the lower city to go find a piss warm ale in a crowded tavern.
I mean, things are this bad now. Wait till the sun really comes up. Nobody's going to want to come out shopping.
No point even setting up.
All right, make a deception check.
And I'm guidance, so that's a D4.
Yep.
So I'll just roll a bless on. Oh my god, that's a 12.
You get
That
plus
is with the
D4.
4.
That is with the D4?
That is with the D4. And I just put my bless modifier on. Oh no, that's attack modifier. Right. Shit. Okay, I did the wrong one. Oh, 16.
All right. He'll say, and upper city's on lockdown. Some suspicious activity. All right. I can be convinced to cut you a break. He sort of
Start
eyes
digging
you.
into pockets.
I'll dig into my pocket and I'll just pull out like platinum convention.
Yeah. You hold it out to him, and he will shake your hand, palming it. In the meantime, enjoy your piss ale.
Nothing like a warm piss beer.
And he, does the round finger, and he's like, "Let him through." And the gate is opened, and you all exit out of it, back into the safety of the lower city.
That's an oxymoron.
See, aren't you glad we stole all that gold now? Immediately used for justice, paying off a guard.
The city has a serious problem with corruption.
Yeah. Luckily for us.
Oh, it just got a little bit better.
Philaster will turn towards the group of you, and you'll see him relieved after that whole ordeal. And he will say, Thank you all for helping me in my time of need.
Is there a way to find you or contact you when we're ready to go to Candlekeep?
Yes, this is where we shall part ways for now, my friends. I do have preparations that need to be made in Little Calamshan before I am to leave for Candlekeep. And you all are planning on traveling with me.
When you
Seems to
depart.
be.
I mean, how long do you need? I can be ready to leave within the day.
Yeah, probably the sooner the better for us.
I think
Very
the
well.
day is the most we can have before we should head out.
Very well. I will slip away to the Oasis in Little Calamshan. I need to personally thank our mutual friend. You can meet me there when you are ready to depart.
That's the like hookah bar place we met thing. Yeah, okay.
May the winds be at your back, friends. I will see you soon. And he will depart from the group of you. All right, where to next?
Eastway?
Yep.
Okay.
Which exit did we leave from?
You left through the Baldur's Gate.
Okay. Yep.
All right.
Straight shot.
You guys make your way to the Eastway Fist Station. Traveling through the city in the early morning. The sun is just barely cresting over the horizon when you enter within the doors. And most of the Eastway Fist Station is quiet. Everyone's off duty. Or whatever, you know. Asleep in the barracks and such. Where do you want to go?
Things office.
Yeah, I
Zodge.
think this is worth waking them up for.
Well, Zodge and Portier both live off-site. They will not be in office until the morning. Proper.
Do we want to get some rest while we can? And
That's probably for the best. We're going to have to start making haste out of the city pretty soon. We need to be rested for another long journey. Won't be as long as Elturel, but...
By the way, I decided that you guys aren't going to level up for a little while. Sorry. Keep you level 4 for a little longer. But as you guys enter into the room that you guys usually sleep in the barracks, August, you will see Gauntlet Greenbottle sitting at like the table in your room. It's like 4 o'clock in the morning. Or like 5 o'clock, I guess now. And he's sitting at a table in your room. And when you guys walk in, he stands.
Is everything all right?
Gauntlet Elderfire, we need to talk.
Alright, we'll kind of dismiss the rest of the group then. Because that kind of seems like, am I picking up what he's putting down correctly?
Maybe. All right, you can dismiss the group and he will take you to the next chamber over. I don't remember his voice, so I'm just going to do whatever. Have a seat.
No, sit down.
He sits with you. He looks at you, and his usual jovial demeanor is absent, and is replaced by a look of genuine concern. And he leans in close, and his voice is low. I've been hearing things, August. Rumors. And not just the usual gossip either. Things that don't sit quite right.
It's bad. Haven't really had a minute to sit down and take it all in yet.
He puts a hand on your arm. Look, you don't have to tell me anything. I honestly don't want to know. But I've noticed a change of pace for you and your company. Reporting to Portier and Zodge, not out on your regular gate duties and patrols. When you and your company start disappearing from normal rotations, it raises questions. And the more I think about it, the more things start to line up. I'm just a lowly gauntlet of the Flaming Fist, nobody important. But I'm not stupid. And I've been piecing things together. I'm betting that I'm not the only one. I'm no genius, but if I can figure it out, it's only a matter of time before someone else does too. It's only a matter of time before others start coming after you. And it's not just the Watch or the Flaming Fist. I'm talking about bad people, August. The kind you don't want knocking at your door.
No. This was a normal investigation for about 5 minutes.
I don't want to see you get burned for something that was above your pay grade, kid. Whatever happened, you need to be careful. Real careful. This city is full of people who don't take kindly to folks like us stirring the pot.
No, yeah. I think this might be the last time we see each other for a while.
He solemnly nods, as if kind of understanding.
Thank you. For everything.
Of course. I'll do what I can to take some of the heat off of you. Nothing too obvious.
Don't put yourself in any danger on our behalf.
Eh.
We made our choices.
I'll keep people's attention on other problems. There's always been plenty of trouble in Baldur's Gate. I've got your back.
That means a lot right now.
He will look at you real closely. Just don't make me regret it, all right?
I'll do my best.
He stands up, sort of knowing that you know that he knows that you know that he knows. And he'll just say, time more is luck, kid.
I'll rejoin the rest of the party.
Cool.
Say, yeah, everybody get your rest. We're leaving post haste.
All right. Now, what I would like is a bit of decompression. Is there anything that you guys would like to talk about before we get like a long rest, quote unquote, which is going to be like not a long rest, but it will count as a long rest?
Yeah, I mean, if
Ophelia.
Ophelia is willing to talk,
Yeah.
but it seems like it might need more than, an hour and a half to start unpacking all that on your own, never mind
Yeah.
with other people.
I understand.
How scared should London be to approach Ophelia right now?
Oh, I don't think London has anything to worry about.
Does he know that? What is your tell your face?
No, she's pretty sulky at this point. She's not burning mad, she's just kind of down. And if anything, she probably just goes to bed immediately.
Vin is tossing and turning in bed as the bag of holding sits on the nightstand.
I was gonna say also, same go. If Vin wants to talk as well, you confronted your husband's murderer tonight.
Yeah, true.
Yeah, if someone mentions it to her, she'll be like, well, I think I can relate to Ophelia here. I don't feel very talkative about it yet, but at least there's been some justice. It was messy. I don't know if I or the rest of us always did the right thing, but in the end, our goal was achieved. And I think it was a noble goal. At the very least, my father can rest a little easy. But Gauntlet Eldify, if I may, it's been bothering me. I don't want to put my trust in this, whatever's inside of this shield too much yet, but I worry about what we might encounter on the road. I really do think it could be of great use to us. And if you think that shield is making me act in a way that I wouldn't act otherwise, you can take me down right there on the spot.
Well, we've learned of the knights. I don't necessarily trust that shield, but I trust you, Vin.
Very well. She takes the shield back out of the bag.
Okay.
And
Go ahead.
I don't know, what were you saying?
I was gonna just say, as long as you don't start referring to yourself as Gargoth.
Yeah,
If I start doing
champion of the
that,
Hidden Lord.
if I start doing that, I think that's when you would strike me down, yeah?
We'll
But,
just try taking the shield away first.
If you start referring to yourself as we and us, we're gonna start asking questions.
Yeah.
It's 3 voices when you speak. Things to be concerned about.
Yeah,
So
I will
dramatic.
establish a baseline, like, exam, like, question and answer thing for Vin right now, and then see if it changes in, like, 4 months.
Yeah, exactly. And she will acquiesce to all of that as she rests the shield on her legs, like while she's sitting on the bed, and she begins focusing on it.
Okay. Hold on, I gotta do one more thing.
Yep.
You gotta attune to it, yeah?
Yep.
Yeah.
Gotta add the text to my character sheet.
That feels like the single most powerful thing we've seen.
I
In this
disagree.
campaign?
Yeah, in this campaign.
Yeah.
What was the other? What was the
Well, he wasn't here for the crown.
the crown? Oh yeah.
Yeah. Oh my
Versus
goodness, the
time.
crown was.
It
I'm
was
never gonna get
nuts.
that lucky again. But yeah, that was a total slip of the tongue before. I think Vin has a plan to be like extra secretive about this thing actually once she attunes to it.
Okay, so I'm gonna send you something, Gio, on Discord.
D&D Beyond, how to make a new character. Huh.
Playing a possessed character, 5 easy steps.
There was one point where literally every one of us was possessed in the first campaign.
Cool.
It's like a minor possession, but yeah.
Sounds like a fun party.
All right, you got that, Gio?
Yep.
Okay. You attune to the shield of the Hidden Lord. And when you do, the shield will connect to your mind and it will say, "You have chosen well. You have shown wisdom in understanding our nature and the dangers we face. To accept our power, knowing the balance we must maintain, speaks to your strength and purpose. Our power can be wielded now by hands that will use it for good, and together we will stand against those who would seek to unleash the darkness. We are yours to command." and you, boom, are attuned to the shield of the Hidden Lord.
Yeah, as it kind of happens and she hears that, I think that she feels almost like ecstatic for a second after attuning to it, like all this newfound power. And she really doesn't as she like we took off our armor and stuff, as she's like putting the rest of her equipment away, something is making her not really want to put the shield too far away. But to not cause a problem after we just talked about it, she doesn't say anything.
Yep. All right. So, you guys get a long rest?
All right.
Oh, I was gonna ask August one more thing.
Mhm.
Gauntlet, what do you think will happen to the Knights of Elturel? The Hell Riders.
I honestly don't know. We can hope that, all this evidence comes to light and it's determined that, Thavius Kreeg was responsible for this, not the Hell Riders. So, justice for the Duke's murder has been done. So hopefully they'll be released.
I hope so.
I mean, we can, you can emphasize it when we're with Porter and Zaj.
I'm too scared to talk to Porter, but perhaps we can nudge Sarge.
Of speaking to Blaze Porter, are these little off-the-books suicide missions? Have any of you ever heard of these happening within the Flaming Fist ranks before? I didn't think it was very commonplace.
Don't think the things happening in Baldur's Gate right now are very commonplace.
So, it's a dire situation, so extreme measures were warranted.
What would have happened to us had we failed? Think Blaze Porter were just denied involvement or our names erased from history?
We would have been swept under the rug, and hopefully another team would have succeeded where we failed. And at the end of the day, we're soldiers.
Have any of you heard of the Majora's family before? It was on the name that we found. They're from Elturel, so the only person that would know is Ophelia, and I don't think we're exactly on speaking terms right now.
Never heard of them.
Ophelia would have heard of them. They're just a popular family in Elturel. Order of the Companion Knights. Long lineage since like the first riders.
If she's still up, she would have said something.
It seems like that's who Amric was targeting. Well, that is who Amric was targeting. It just seems like maybe they have a role to play.
Insight.
Well, I suppose it's getting late. / early.
Yeah, I'll lay in the bed, but I mean, like, it's like when you're young and you can pull all-nighters and, like, you're so tired at 5 a.m. and then the sun starts to come up and you're just, like, wide awake.
Yeah, you get your second
Like,
wind.
I think Tanis is just, like, laying in bed, just, like, eyes open, like, not able to fall asleep, just trying to go over every piece of information that doesn't make sense.
Okay. I will allow everyone to get a long rest. Being whether you rested or not, you know what I mean? Mechanically, you got a long rest. So you get a long rest and you wake up and it's probably around midday. What do you guys want to do?
Go to Flame Zodge's office.
Yeah, see if they're in.
Okay. When you wake up, you make your way through the barracks, and Ophelia, you will pass by Jax. And as you walk past Jax, he stands up. Ah, there you are, the golden flame. Do my eyes deceive me, or has the very sun descended to walk among us mortals? And he's like, I'm kidding, I'm kidding.
A little more of a cloudy day than sunny, Jax.
I have a question. I hadn't finished working out the kinks of my song yet. Tana said, and then he looks at you. Is something wrong?
It's been a long day? I think it was day. Instead of the song, how about a drink? Something strong.
We can do that. I can meet you at the Blushing Mermaid tonight if you want.
Then it's a date. Fantastic.
Date. He looks around.
It's a colloquialism. Jax.
Of course. My apologies. He sort of timidly places a hand on your forearm. He says, "Last time I saw you at the Basilisk Gate, you were hurting. Now too. If there's a burden you bear, you can talk to me."
Not without a little lubrication.
Of course. I'll see you tonight at the Blushing Mermaid.
And Jax.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Of course. No problem. Zach all coy. And he'll turn to leave, and we get the camera shot of Ophelia walking towards the camera, and Jax is like, in the background. All right.
That is not how I thought that was going to go. I thought she was going to rip his poor head off.
You know, it's going to be her last day in Baldur's Gate. She might as well.
Sure. All right, so you guys all want to head towards Zodge's office? Okay. You guys enter Zodge's office, and there is a large map of Baldur's Gate that hangs on the wall behind Zodge's desk. And it's marked with various points of interest and notes scribbled in charcoal. You will see Blaze Liara Portier stands near the desk facing the map, arms folded behind her back, her posture stern and commanding. Zodge is not currently present, and as you enter, her gaze sweeps over towards you and assesses the situation. The door is closed. You have returned. What news do you bring from the upper city? And what of the Van Thampers?
Mortlock is the only one still alive. Wherever he is.
But the Duke...
She's gone.
Duke Thalamra. Dead. She walks over to the desk and leans both her hands on it, stares down at the scattered reports, and for a brief second her jaw clenches before she turns back to you. I gave you that order, knowing the consequences. The Van Thempus had to be dealt with, their influence ripped from the roots, but now, with only Stelmane as the last Duke left alive, and barely fit to lead in her current state, the gate is at the edge of a very deep abyss. Do not mistake me, you've done well, more than well. In fact, what you have accomplished isn't something just anyone could pull off. It took the cunning, precision, and a level of bravery that few in the Flaming Fist possess. You have proven yourselves as true soldiers of the Flaming Fist. Loyal, capable, fearless. We need people like you. People who can handle the dirty work and still keep their heads held high. You've gone into the lion's den and come out victorious. You have done your duty. But now, staying here in the city, it isn't safe. For you or for the Flaming Fist.
Well, we've already started to see to that.
I need you to leave Baldur's Gate. Just for a time. Before the nobles start sniffing around for answers. Before they pin this on the Flaming Fist. The death of a duke, two dukes, and with Stelmane barely able to function, this will send ripples through every faction, every guild, every noble house. Questions will be asked, suspicion will be rampant, and people will be looking for someone to blame. And the last thing that I want, believe me, is for any fingers to be pointed back at you.
I suppose it's for the best, then, that you don't know where we're going.
I suppose you're right.
But I will say, where we are going, we're going to follow up on what we found in the manor.
What have you found?
The tip of the iceberg, apparently. They were all cultists of Zariel, including the High Overseer, Thavius Kreeg.
Did you say High Overseer Thavius Kreeg?
The late Thavius Kreeg.
He's dead.
He was responsible for the death of the Grand Duke.
He did not die in Elturel's fall.
Straightened it.
She goes and sits down at Zodge's desk.
There was a full-blown cult to the Nine Hells in Zariel.
This was deeper than I even imagined. And you are to figure out why.
They had an item that was of great importance that we're going to learn more about.
Care to elaborate?
Yeah, I was just seeing how much plausible deniability you wanted. But, I can tell you it's an infernal puzzle box with some sort of information, I think, that is of great importance to Zariel.
I had originally assumed that the Duke had political motives. But from what I understand, this is not only for political gain, but somehow connected to the fall of Elturel.
Yeah, it seemed like, being Duke was to help her in efforts for the cult, not necessarily the other way around.
She sort of shakes her head and takes this in. The Van Thempers had their claws deep in this city's leadership. Cutting them out will leave a wound, and while it festers, I need you out of sight. It is good that you are following up on this information.
There's also another cult, the Knights of the Shield. One of their operatives, Satir Theon Hune, was there, but frankly, we didn't know what to do with her.
Theon Hune, of the Hune Patriarchs?
Yes, apparently they're rather high up in this cult, as are many other patriarchs. Seems to be almost exclusively patriarchs.
Where is she now?
Still in the manor.
I'm going to have to wait till the information of the Duke's death comes out naturally before I'm able to get any sort of investigation done in the manor. And by then she may be gone.
I mean, we didn't have enough evidence to do anything to her, and we barely got ourselves out of the upper city, never mind with the screaming patriarch.
No, you've done well, very well.
They're after an item, but we're also taking that item for investigation, and so hopefully with their main objective out of Baldur's Gate, they will be less of a problem for the city while we're absent.
Okay. Very well. I appreciate this. The Watch, the nobles, the guild, even people in the streets. The city is about to be a powder keg. But I will handle the aftermath. And when the city is more stable, and I have my rightful title as Marshal, I will call on you again. You've done your part and you've done it well. What happens next is out of your hands, at least for now. The city will stir, the power struggles will begin, but you've earned the right to step back from this for a time. But from this information that you have told me, do not rest on your laurels. Follow the leads you have. Remember what I have told you before about the den of snakes. There's always more. But make no mistake, I will call on you again when the dust settles, and when the city is ready to stand on firmer ground.
We don't have many more connections in the city left, so I'll just, go over to the bag of holding and produce close to 3,000 gold pieces and say, just make sure this gets to the right people. The Van Thampers had some overdue taxes that we collected.
Certainly. She looks at a pile of coins, which is a lot of money, and she's like, holy fuck. It's all sprawled out on Taj's desk. I will see that it is returned to through the proper channels. Returned to the city. She will stand. And she will bow to all of you.
Return it purely out of custom. This doesn't feel honorable.
She thinks that you guys have done a very honorable thing.
You have proven yourselves to the Flaming Fist and to me. I don't forget those who've shown loyalty in the hardest of times. I'll send word. Until then, stay sharp and stay hidden, and leave as soon as you can. Is there anything else?
Look to the rest of the group. Linger in London.
But London won't say anything. He's too
Okay.
scared.
She will say, "You all are dismissed. And remember, this is not the end. It's just the beginning."
And you guys exit out of Zaj's office into the Eastway Fist Station, and we will take a break.
Dope.
For us.
All right, we are back. You exit Zaja's office, turning your back on Blaze Portier in a literal sense, not a metaphorical one. What do you guys want to do now? The day is yours. Well, half a day, anyways.
So yeah, I mean, during the day, Vin's gonna get to work. I don't know if there's like a workshop in the barracks or not, but
what are you trying to do?
So this shield is like so conspicuous, and I feel like after my headcanon is she like almost slipped up and said the wrong thing to the Theon Hume girl, and she just wants a visual reminder that the shield needs to be kept secret. So she wants to take like scrap metal and basically attach it to the shield and mask its appearance.
Okay.
Make it look more normal.
I will say it is nigh impossible to physically attach anything to the shield other than like wrapping it around it. You see what I'm saying? Like welding it to the shield is impossible. The shield will never get hot enough.
So
and it's an artifact.
Bolt leather to like the arm strap around.
Yes.
Yeah, then she's
something
gonna
like
strap.
that.
She's gonna strap something to it. However, she can do it.
Yeah, you can take some time to like maybe implant the face of another shield leather strapped to the face of the shield of the Hidden Lord. That's possible.
Yeah, she's gonna take the day to do that.
Okay.
Make it look as believable as possible.
No problem. I'm sure there's a spot in the barracks or in the Eastway Fish Station you could do that. What about everybody else?
It's pretty minor, but Ophelia has a bunch of stuff in her bag, like Hellrider badges and gold rings and a whole bunch of stuff from the companion. And I imagine at this point she's basically throwing it in the trash, like emptying out her bag.
It's very cathartic.
I don't think that's minor. We just get rid of all my holy symbols.
Yeah, the rings, the brooches. She has the she took the silver art piece that was in Vox Maledictus's room that goes in the trash.
Okay.
I think I'm gonna head home. But on my way out the front door of the Eastway Fish Station, I'm just gonna stop by Scribe Bing and just be like, we brought someone in for an investigation. He's being in the holding cells downstairs. I don't know his name. It's called the Dog. Investigation's complete. You can release him now.
Okay.
Whenever you're ready.
He grumbles at the paperwork he's gonna have to do, but no problem.
Not my problem.
True.
And I think I'm just gonna head home to spend a day with my family.
Okay. What about okay, so we got Vin doing stuff, we got Tanis doing stuff, Ophelia's kind of doing stuff. What about London and August?
I'm gonna begin a 30-day process on the Shield of the Hidden Lord, and like while Vin's working on it, I'll cast Nistol's magic aura on it and do false aura so it appears to be a non-magical shield to
Like
any
you gauntlet?
magical sensors.
It's not a ritual though.
No, but if I do it every day for 30 days,
It becomes a permanent spell.
effect.
What?
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it costs me a spell slot every day,
Be worth it.
and it lasts for 24 hours. So
Wow.
Yeah, it's actually funny. Vin was gonna ask August to do that, but there we go. It's getting taken
I
care
didn't
of
know that
already.
spell existed. That seems like
Very
so
niche.
Super niche, yeah. It's
Gabard
been
used
around
it once
since
in
like
the last campaign.
yeah,
Mhm.
Gabards had used it a few times.
it's It's like one of those OG spells, been around forever.
Hmm.
It's like a very Gygaxian thing where you pick up something and they're like, oh, it's non-magical, but it's actually a legendary item, or vice versa.
Yeah, but see, this is an explanation for why something appears not magical, basically.
Yeah, this is a DM spell.
Yeah.
It's a DM spell. That's exactly right. It's one of those Gygaxian tricks. You'll learn more about them when you play Tomb of Horrors, Chris. This is some Tomb of Horrors shit.
Above the table. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
were you
no,
gonna say something?
no.
I have a Van Thamper signet ring in my inventory.
Mhm.
Is it okay to pitch that?
Sure, I don't care.
I mean, does anyone else object?
Yeah, no, that is kind of incriminating.
Yeah, the Van Thamper ring falls into the trash that you're throwing it into, and we just sort of get the slow shot of it falling, symbolically. Okay, so August is doing that, I guess. Nothing else,
Yeah,
August? Just...
That takes an action, though, so I do want to see if I can scrounge around the city for diamonds.
Okay, we'll get back to that. Vin's busy all day. London, what are you doing?
I want to get some time by myself away from everyone else. It's like noon now that we're
Yeah.
waking up.
One o'clock, maybe.
Yeah, maybe if there's like a lunch hour I know about where everyone goes into like the mess hall to eat, I'll go to like the bath area or something, just where like I know that no one's gonna be at that time.
Yeah.
And I want to try and call
Django.
a dear old friend.
Yeah.
Who's been missing from my heart.
Yes. Okay, cool. We can handle that. And then Ophelia, are you doing anything else other than throwing shit away?
I might go see if I can get a healing potion from Greaves.
Okay. Yeah. All right. So let's start with, I don't have too much like super planned, but let's start with Tanis. You make your way home to Little Burrow, and your father is away. He is, I think he's a chimney sweep, so he is away at work. But your mother is home, and she's delighted to see you. She has missed you terribly. She said she's worried about you. She was wondering when you'd come back.
It's hard right now, Perlet.
She can tell that you've been through a lot, but she's glad that you have made it back. And she's like, I'll fix you something right now. I'll make you something. Oh, what are you hungry for?
Anything without mushrooms in it would be fantastic.
Okay.
We have a good cook, but she has a bias towards things that grow where things shit, so...
Okay. She will gladly talk mad shit about Vin's cooking compared to her own, and she'll make you something. Is there anything that you want to get out of it? Or anything you want to mention?
No, I feel like Tanis hasn't been home lately, and he'll mention too, he's like, and it's not gonna get any better. I'm gonna be gone for some time. And I don't know if you'll hear anything about what we've done, but just know that rumors aren't true. If they do come to light.
You will be leaving.
I have to get out of the city for a while for everyone's safety, mine included. But it's gonna get harder in the city for the foreseeable future. So it's not a lot, but I hope this will help. And I'm gonna drop off 6 of the 10 platinum pieces.
Very nice.
That I took with her, and just be like, and don't. This is just to help you and Milo for the next couple 10 days until I return.
So you will be back.
Eventually, I should be.
Okay.
This isn't permanent.
She will note that you're kind of scaring her, but she trusts you, and she knows that you do dangerous work, so. Okay. All right.
And I'll just spend the day with her. And,
Yep.
Oh, go ahead.
Eventually, Milo will return home, and he's covered in soot, and he will also be glad to see you.
And I spend the day with my foster parents.
Absolutely. All right, very cool. We will go to Ophelia. I reckon you can just get a potion from Greaves. He's gonna give it to you for free. He said he'll handle the paperwork, and it's all because you helped turn in Fist Rose. And he would have gladly paid any sum of coin for that performance he did.
Well, glad to help out. But I wanted to ask you something, Birdie.
Of course.
This city, the Flaming Fist, do you think it's worth it?
I'm not sure I understand the question.
Maybe I'm just in my own head, but... Now, thank you for the healing potion.
He will stop you from leaving and say, or like as you're leaving, he will like put a finger up and say, we may not be the best at what we do, but I think we're a necessary part of Baldur's Gate. And we serve a necessary purpose. And I'd rather be on the side of trying to do good in the City of Blood.
It's a damn shame such good folk are stuck in such a bad city. I doubt Baldur's Gate deserves us.
You could say that again. Okay. Very cool. August, what are you looking for?
Mostly just spell components. If this is going to get worse, we're going to need more resources. So I got a bunch of platinum from the Van Thapper. So I got 100 gold worth of diamonds. So I need another 200 for Revivify.
Okay.
And then I also want to get 125 or 100 gold pieces worth of powdered silver.
Okay.
For the ceremony spell.
Make me any check to that seems feasible for locating and procuring the things that you want.
Arcana or religion, because they're spell components.
Not religion. Arcana's okay.
10.
Okay, you can find everything you want, but tack another 150 gold on top of the total.
Okay. So that's all my money.
Yeah. Just because you find everything you want, but you don't get good prices on it. Okay. All right.
And then I'll just kind of spend the rest of the day turning that powdered silver into holy water, the ceremony spell.
Okay.
And just kind of reaching out the little arcane pantheon that August reveres, Mistra, Savras, Azuth, Denier, Ogma, all those sorts of gods, and just reach out, and it's that was wicked magic back there. I'm on the right path, just looking for some kind of am I leading the people that trust me down into hell, literally and figuratively?
That's interesting. Make a religion check.
Improvement.
You feel you do sort of feel that presence, that deity presence that a lot of clerics have, like a more regularly than you do. Because this isn't commonplace for you to be reaching out to the gods usually, right?
Yeah, like, yeah, he feels like more of like an alliance with them than like a servant,
Correct.
like most other clerics might. I
Right.
think.
Yeah. So you do feel that connection as if you are reaching out somewhere and it is being received. But you get no other indications from that or anything. But you do feel like you are praying and it is working because you are a cleric. Okay. Who is next? Oh, London. So we get this.
I have to say it like that, bro.
We get this scene where we see London, and he is sort of, got his cloak up and stuff, and he's walking past a group of people that are walking towards the mess hall. And London, you make your way to a back room. It's like a back storage room. Greaves isn't going to be there. For sure. You keep regular eye on where Greaves is at. And his schedule better than he does. And so you're alone, you're private, you close the door. What do you want to do?
Can we make this the bathhouse instead of a back room?
Sure.
I just like picture him like going on and turning all the faucets on so it's like really wet and really steamy.
Oh, it's the scene in Harry Potter where he's with the egg.
Kinda, yeah.
Okay.
And he like doesn't really know how to channel this, so he's trying to use like the water and the steam to like coax out the like crackling electricity of Django. And
Sure.
like as he's like wandering around the grayness of this room, he's like shouting out to maybe nothingness, like, Django, I'm sorry I left you for so long. Come back, I'm calling you. Django, are you there?
Cool. You can sort of notice it because it's on your neck. There is a glow from on your neck as like there's like sparks of lightning coming from it. And in a little spiral on the ground, there is like a flash, right? And it's sort of lightning summons a like fairly sizable creature. We're talking like a bigger than a dog. As you will see, what once was baby Django and is now juvenile Django. It is much bigger, elongated, bigger wings, bigger claws. Still Django, but he is not as cutesy. He's a little more rough and tumble.
Django, is that you? Why you grown while you were in there?
Yeah, he's much bigger now.
I'll like tentatively like hold out a hand to like pet or
he
with him.
goes into it. Yeah, no problem. You do feel like sparks of lightning coming off of him as you touch him, but it's not hurting you.
Yeah. Oh, wow, you're magnificent. Look at you now. I'm sorry I kept you in there for so long. I never intended that. Were you okay in there, wherever it is you go?
He gives you he wags his tail and gives you the impression that he's fine.
Yeah.
So fine. But he's happy to see you. In fact, he will jump up onto you and almost tackle you onto the ground.
Okay.
He starts licking your face, and it's like static electricity.
Yeah. Oh, I missed you too, buddy. Dog-sized, eh?
Yeah, a little bit bigger. Like a big dog, like a German Shepherd.
Yeah. I'm wondering how feasible it is to fit this thing in a backpack or at least like under a bed, I'm thinking.
Well, he's a growing boy.
Oh, I'm such a bad pet owner. I have no idea how to handle this. Maybe while everyone's still eating, if there's a way to kind of like ferry him into the bedroom and have him curl up underneath the blackness of the bed.
It has a stat block, doesn't it?
It does, yeah.
Why don't both of you make a stealth check?
Okay.
I love this scene of him trying to sneak the dragon in through the Do I have a stealth? Do I have a sheet for you already made?
You don't have one, but like
You have the
it
stats.
should be in there. Yeah.
Okay, we'll pull up the stats and just roll for me. I'll get you a sheet. Do I not have a character sheet? No, of course I do. Yeah, I do. Here. You don't have it yet.
Okay.
London and London. Save. All right, it should be in characters.
Oh, Django. I love the art, by the way.
Yeah.
Okay, yes, here we go. Okay, stealth is what? Dex? Plus 1
Yeah,
to that?
Dex. Yeah. You should just be able to click the Dex button and it'll roll it. Okay, so you are being very quiet as you exit out of the bathroom. Django is so excited to be out of whatever plane he's in. He starts sniffing in little areas, and you have to grab onto his horns and try to pull him back. It does not seem very feasible to get him through this place without being noticed. In fact, you will notice. Let's see. What characters do I have? Oh, Bing. You'll see Scribe Bing starts walking towards you as you have the dragon like by the horns. He doesn't notice you yet. What do you want to do?
With my draconic connection, I feel a little more amplitude in my voice. And I will use thaumaturgy to try and like project my voice coming from like the far side of the room to make,
Okay.
Bing, come out here at once type of thing.
Okay. You throw your voice and Scribe Bing goes, oh, what is that? And he goes to investigate. Django, after causing all this trouble, looks up at you, wagging his tail.
Like throw him like grab both of his arms around my back and like piggyback him
Sure.
the rest of the way.
He's so excited. He's nipping at your ears and stuff.
Just so much drool coming
Yeah.
down.
Okay, cool. And you're gonna try to hide him under your bed?
I mean, during the day, like dog size. I don't know how big these beds are, but he is like
He can
pitch
fit under
black.
the bed.
Yeah, I feel like slinking to the shadows under there. The
Okay.
like pure ebony of his scales will blend in with the darkness of the shadows.
Sure. You make him go under the bed. He sits down in front of the bed, right?
Yeah.
And you're like, go under the bed.
Yeah. I'll play with you later, I promise. But while I'm gone, you have to stay under here.
He looks up at you.
I can throw. I'll throw a couple rations under, or like tear up a ration and throw it under the bed.
That gets him to burrow under there. He curls around, and you can just see his like glowing yellow eyes from under the bed looking at you.
Yes. Yeah, unless he's looking like directly at you with the piercing yellow eyes, he's pretty dark under there.
Cool.
Make a mental note of myself to get like the medieval equivalent of a dog toy.
Okay. All right, cool. All right. Nearing the end of the day, is there anything that you guys want to do? I mean, the party can be joined together again. Then you did the thing. Your shield is readily disguised.
Quick question: are we leaving in the morning with Fallister, or are we leaving tonight?
He just said meet him at the Oasis, so you can make plans.
Ophelia does have plans later tonight.
It can be as early or as late in the day right now as you guys want it to be. If you wanted to meet with Fallister first, leave in the morning or whatever.
We leave under the cover of darkness tonight. Hopefully no one sees us dipping out of the city here.
Not a bad idea.
I'm just curious because I would meet you. I would meet you guys at the Oasis when we had agreed because I'm trying to stay in as much time here. So that's
Of course.
But whenever we agree, I'll be at the Oasis.
So what's the plan then?
Yeah, I guess we just do it like late night then.
Okay.
And like midnight.
The only thing is, doesn't Little Kalimshan close after
It
dark?
does. It does. The gates are only
So-
open for a couple of hours during the day.
No, that's right.
I have to go by tomorrow anyway. If it's already closed.
So I guess we would probably just leave
In the morning.
Yeah, that makes more sense then.
Okay.
As early as we can, I guess.
All right. Fair enough. So the next scene that we get is the Blushing Mermaid. As we draw in, we see a cozy corner table in the rowdy Blushing Mermaid. The warm glow of candlelight flickers around you, Ophelia, as you will see Jax. You will approach and see Jax sitting at the table. Are you wearing like your armor and everything as usual?
Well, I'm sure she has casual clothing.
Okay, cool. Jax will stumble to his feet, and he says, "Oh, Ophelia, you look incredible as always. I have the strongest and most shiny companion in all of Baldur's Gate."
Let's start drinking first, then we'll start with the talking.
Sure. He's already ordered drinks, and they are already sitting on the table ready for you. He has 2 for you already, and one of them is your bucket.
Yep. Next one immediately.
Yeah, okay. You guys make like casual conversation while you're drinking.
Yeah, I imagine it's more Jax making casual conversation.
It is
and
100%.
she's
Yeah,
politely listening.
it is. He's like telling you all about his day, and he's heard some rumors about, the Van Thamp. Like, there's some trouble with the Van Thamper family. They've shut down the upper city, stuff like that. After a while, you get a couple drinks in you, and the conversation sort of dulls, and he will say, I can tell something's off. You've been quiet.
It's hard to explain without saying too much, if that makes any sense. It's been a rather dangerous few days.
Well, you don't have to carry everything alone, Ophelia. What's going on?
Have you ever felt like you've made quite a bad mistake?
I burned a hole in my mother's rug when I was a child.
Now imagine you've done that for the last 40 years.
I can't say that I relate, but
You're a very kind man. The reason I wanted to come out tonight is because I'm not going to be around Baldur's Gate very soon.
you're leaving.
I'm not sure when I'll be. I am. I'm not sure if I'll be back. It's for a good reason. It's part of this whole hush-hush thing.
Ophelia, I don't know what to say. I'd hate to see you go.
Me too. I wanted to say something before I left. I know we've had this whole song and dance for a while. I wanted to say thank you. These poems and sonnets and little things you've done. It makes me feel like there's actually somebody out there who cares. I would agree it's selfish, but it's nice. even if you're a bit silly.
I can say with confidence that I'm not trying to get anything out of it. It's fun. And you seem like the kind of woman that deserves... You seem like the kind of woman that doesn't know their own value. And it brings me great joy to show you how I see you.
A fool fit for a jester. Not the worst thing.
He laughs. I will miss you.
I'll miss you too. But if I come back and you found someone else, I will fight them.
he says, "Oh, I could never. I could never. I could never. My heart belongs to you, oh Ophelia." He will say dramatically. He'll say to quote some famous poet, and then he'll say some line about the heart belongs to whatever. You know, he'll say some Shakespearean shit.
We can end on that. For the first time, a faint smile.
Cool. And you enjoy the rest of the night with Jax as friends. He's not pushy or anything. He understands the gravity of the situation and is not an asshole. So he will just enjoy drinks with you, and the both of you return to the Eastway Fifth Station. And that's it. Is that all you guys want to do for this day?
I thought he was going to be a secret bad guy and try and do bad guy stuff.
No. I can't make all of everyone a betrayer. Then it won't be betrayal anymore. You'll just expect it.
Well, that was good. We got a lot done.
Yep. All right. So this day is completed. Is there anything else you guys want to do or talk about?
Ophelia, do you have a bigger backpack by any chance?
I just made you an oversized one.
Might need to be made slightly bigger.
Well, if I have time on the road, I can let out the seams and make it a little bigger.
Dog-sized, yeah?
I feel like I know why you're asking this.
That would be marvelous. Thank you, Ophelia.
I feel like August walks into the room and he accidentally drops one of his components that he had, and it falls on the floor and rolls near the bottom of Tanis's bed. And August, you lean down to pick it up, and you will see glowing yellow eyes from underneath the bed, and a bit of a static raises the hairs on your arms.
Oh no. He's much larger now. How does that extra planar thing work?
I think I have control of it now. I can bamf him in and out whenever I so please.
So I don't know the exact wording of the law. If there's a loophole where it's animals bigger than a dog can't pass through the gate, but if you somehow get them past that way, it's oh well, they're here now.
Yeah, wait, how did he get in if he's not allowed in? So he must be allowed, yeah.
In all honesty, I'm pretty sure they have more problems with the dragon than the size.
I mean, the idea is
Fair
to
point.
get out of here discreetly, though, now.
Good thing Tanis is staying at Mom and Dad's house.
We got an earring of sending. He just has to get within 30 feet of me.
Yeah.
Where's 120?
120.
Sending, yeah. He won't give him away, I promise, August.
Let's just thank our good fortune that we're leaving the city now.
extra pair of eyes to watch our back.
And honestly, the way things are going, we might need his help.
Can
Did
you
you hear
guys
that, buddy?
can you guys imagine how powerful London would be if he actually used his subclass abilities?
Crazy. Yeah. Low level sharpshooter, just
Carries.
yeah. Thing of beauty.
Thank God.
August, I wanted to thank you again for helping me with the shield. Is that Django under there? I see those beady little yellow eyes looking at me.
It hears its name and pokes its head out.
I assume we have a plan before we go through the gates, yes?
London.
Django I can take care of. He was just in there so long. I feel horrible. I don't like to put him in there, but when we leave, I'll stow him away.
I mean, once we're out on the road, he can, stretch his wings a little bit.
Sure,
Yes.
Django would be like super stoked to hear that.
It'll be good to get out of this damn city for a little while.
I agree. I feel like the city's somehow making us all a bit worse. Like it slowly poisons everything in it.
I think we've just been spending too long in the sewers.
Very true. Meet at the Oasis then, and straight out from there, I gather.
Yeah, just hopefully it's our buddies at the gate and we can kind of get through, no issue.
Palms can be greased. We have the resources.
I don't anymore. I kind of spent it all.
I told you we should have stolen more.
I mean, it's for the group, but
I have 500 gold. I can take care of it.
All right. So you guys get a long rest? Okay, this time it's a real long rest, so you actually get a real long rest. And
Sweet.
you wake up in the morning, and where are we going next? Little Kalimshan?
Think so.
Ah, my favorite place. All right, so
I'll nose boop Django back to
Yeah.
the ethereal plane.
he looks real sad before you do it.
Yeah, I know. I'll give him a couple of scratches. Boop.
Okay.
Ethereal plane.
Cool. He's gone. As you guys are exiting, like leaving the city, you head towards the Basilisk Gate. You're exiting out of the Basilisk Gate, and as you are, you will see Flame Saj at the gate. And he'll say, haven't seen you fellas in a while. You fists in a while. Where you headed? Muted.
you've
Jim?
spoken to Portier.
He rubs his nose like, I know, without saying anything out loud.
Well, we're just going to meet an old friend, and then we'll be on our way.
Well, I'll be happy to see you again. Good work, fists.
Thank you for having our backs.
Of course. What else do we have but each other? All right, man, let him through. Sort of motions to some of the other flaming fists that let you through the Basilisk Gate as you head your way towards Little Kalimshan.
Oh, can I ask Saj quickly about the Hellrider refugees?
Sure, what do you want to ask him?
If I know there's so much turmoil in the city right now, but if it's at all possible to at least see that they're treated fairly or released, that one Hellrider, particularly Hamilton, I Noah's a good man and can help our cause.
I can speak with it about, or I can speak to Portier about it. But with the chaos that the city is in right now, I doubt that it will be the first thing on their minds. You could probably rest easy that won't be an issue.
Understood. Thank you, Flame.
Very well. All right. So you guys head through the Stony Eyes, which is the refugee camp. It is settled more now, but it is still growing by the day. There is a lot of people in this refugee camp, and it does not look like it's getting much better. And you head to Little Kalimshan. Let me do something real quick. Here we go. The vibrant colors and rich sounds of Little Kalimshan greet you as you pass under the arched gateway into the district. The air is thick with the scent of spices, roasting meats, and incense drifting from nearby stalls. At ground level, the bazaar is alive with activity. Merchants hawk their wares, their voices rising above the din as they call out prices in a mix of common and Kalashite. Above, the higher level of the bazaar sprawls like a maze of wooden scaffolding, bridges, and elevated walkways. Makeshift paths crisscross between rooftops and the walls of the Drew Docks, with vendors perched on platforms offering goods to those brave enough to navigate the narrow bridges. Colorful banners and cloths hang from above, casting moving patterns of light and shadow across the crowded streets below. As you make your way towards the oasis near the back of Little Kalimshan, you push your way through the crowded bazaar, and the noise of the market fades, replaced by the rising murmur of a gathering crowd. In the center of the bustling square, people are packed tightly around two merchants that stand just a few paces apart in a heated argument. A handful of Amlakars, which are the guards of Little Kalimshan, I kind of described them before, they're shirtless, and they wear necklaces of the Drew Docks that they're from. And they carry either scimitars or spears. They stand at the edges of the crowd, watching patiently, their hands resting on the pommels of their curved swords. They seem unconcerned, as if this scene is nothing new to them. In the center of this heated argument, or in the center of this crowd, it's open, and there's two merchants standing apart from each other. There's one that's older, and he has like streaks of white in his long beard. And he has like broad shoulders. He's kind of like a wider dude. And he says, "You dare insult me in my own stall. My family name will not be dragged through the mud by some peddler of rags." And opposite him, there is a young man in a blue caftan. He must be maybe 23. His beard not quite as long as the other gentleman's. And is braided into like a single braid. And he says, "Rags, I deal in the finest silks in Kalimshan, and it is you who dishonor yourself by mixing your wares with sand and calling it spice." They seem to be in some sort of debate on who's the better merchant or dishonoring each other and stuff like that. This crowd is sort of packed in the center of the bazaar. It doesn't seem like there's any going around this.
I'd hate to get involved, but it looks like the only way through is down the middle.
Wait for that young guy to be the shit out of the old one and then just make our way through, or...
Everybody make a perception check.
Nope.
Ooh.
I'm way too focused on watching these two guys go at it.
Cool.
It's a 4.
Yep.
Ooh, 14.
219, so.
Okay, so August and Vin, you both notice that among the gathered crowd, off to the side of where you guys are at, is Philaster Fisk and Mosif Malhamadi watching the encounter, whispering between each other. They don't seem to have noticed you.
Yeah, I guess I'll just kind of tap Tannis on the shoulder and, point my finger across the way.
Yeah, you notice them.
Let's, maybe we could use this as a distraction to get out of here unnoticed. I don't know why we'd have to. Not like there's anyone watching for us here.
Yeah, I mean, there's kind of a lot of people here.
Yeah, you guys want to head towards them.
Yeah, if we can make our way through the crowd.
You can, yeah. You make your way through the crowd, and as you do, the broad merchant in the center of the circle, he will say, "You've insulted my honor for the last time, Hadad. If you truly stand by your word, then let's settle this the Kalashite way, at the edge of a blade." And, the crowd, whispers among themselves. "Very well, Alcazar. Let the blade speak the truth. I will defend my family's honor against your lies." And they, go to separate and go to, their respective friends to procure a blade. And it seems that the guards don't give a flying fuck. And as you guys approach Mosif and Philaster, Mosif will say, "Ah, there you are, my friends, over here, over here." And Philaster will nod towards all of you.
Is this common practice on how merchants deal with rival merchants by cutting their throats?
Mosif has this grand smile on his face, and he sort of slaps you on the back, and he says, "Welcome back to Little Kalamshan. You have arrived for a fine spectacle. It is all very formal. In Kalashite culture, family name and reputation are everything. Duels like this are the way disputes get settled when pride's on the line. You see it often in Little Kalamshan." Philaster will say, "It seems like Sarif Mubraza, an honor duel. Duels like this happen often in Little Kalamshan, nothing unusual. It is a matter of family pride and reputation. In our culture, when words fail, the blade speaks." Mosif will say, "There is no need to stick around for this, my friends. I have got a feeling Bahir, right there, he is right. The gods always see that justice is done, and believe me, they'll favor Bahir today. I can feel it in my bones."
What was this particular kind of duel called again?
Sharaf Mubraza.
Dope.
It's an honor duel. It happens all the time. Like the duel. Like back in the day when the gloves are thrown, you know what I mean? It's common practice in Kalamshan.
I mean, being in Baldur's Gate, I'm sure I've seen a merchant shank another merchant for undercutting him, so, I mean, seems pretty commonplace.
We have no horse in this race.
Philaster will add, "Besides, the real excitement isn't here. There's a much better place to catch up. Let's head to the Oasis. Better drinks, better conversation. Leave the crowd to their spectacle."
The last thing we want is to draw more attention to ourselves.
Okay. All right, so you guys want to head towards the Oasis?
Yeah.
Yep.
Guys, I just want to tell you, more than anything, I want to run an adventure in Kalamshan. More than any, dude, or just a whole adventure based in Little Kalamshan. I love this place so much. It's so cool.
It feels very alive. It's really easy to immerse yourself. Theater of the mind. The music is really good. I feel like I can already picture it.
Yeah, it's cool. It's a really cool place. So you guys approach the Oasis. The vibrant sounds of the bazaar fade, replaced by the gentle strumming of a sitar from inside. Pushing through the heavy door, you're greeted by the soft glow of hanging lamps. The interior is intimate, filled with low tables, and patrons recline on cushions, sipping tea or something stronger. Laughter bubbles up from a far corner, and the calm, welcoming air wraps around you as the lively world outside fades away. You all take a seat at a table, and Philaster will get drinks for the group of you. And Mosif will say, "My friends, you have brought back Philaster alive."
Don't act so surprised.
I am not. I knew a Jin Said could accomplish such a feat. That is why I task it to you.
Let's not get carried away here. I mean, I have no idea what that really means, other than what you've told me.
Yeah. Well, you must believe me. You are Jin Said. I know it. And Philaster sort of rolls his eyes like, oh, this again.
Well, it's good to see you all well, but I'm afraid we're kind of putting you in danger just by being with you.
Mosif waves his hand. We are in Little Kalimshan. My people look after our own. You can rest easy here. Believe me.
So what is the plan, Fallister? Do you have a caravan, a cart? Are we on foot?
Philaster will say, I am not sure if you have horses of your own, but I have procured each of us a horse.
Certainly makes things easier.
It is the least I could do. I owe you my life, truly. Had you not come when you did, I'd likely still be rotting in that wretched cell. Or worse. You hadn't just saved me from the Van Emperors. You've given me another chance to keep fighting for what matters. I don't take that lightly, and neither should you. And I won't forget it. So you are to accompany me to Candle Keep, is that correct?
If you can get us in with Silvira?
Yes, Silvira Sivakis. And I can arrange a meeting. However, I myself am allowed access into the city. I cannot get you in. I can arrange the meeting, but you will have to provide a book for Candlekeep.
Could one book get all of us in?
Yes.
Well, I did kind of foresee this issue. Would something like this work? And I pulled out that wax tablet prophecy book.
I am not sure. What are they called?
Avowed?
The Avowed, yeah. The Avowed are particular about what they accept and do not. And that is not exactly a book.
True.
You can only get into the city if you give them a book.
A book that they don't have, which is exceedingly difficult.
It is the greatest library in the world.
Would they have records of all the Elturguardian noble families and lineages?
No, they would not.
The original armorial rolls.
Those would definitely do it. Yeah, I didn't even think about that. That would totally do it, for sure.
Good catch, Thomas.
Yeah, that is good. I didn't even think of that.
Is that what we stole from Emmerich?
Yeah. He's got a bunch of stuff, honestly. Emmerich had a bunch of stuff that you could give to Candlekeep and they would take it. Also, I want to note this as well, because you probably would have remembered. You found a black book in Thirstwell's chest. It was called Apocalyptico.
Oh, yeah.
If you look into it, it is a self-published fiction story about like the end of the world. He wrote a book. So that is would also be accepted.
Thirstwell fanfic.
Yeah. Yeah, oh, it's like about devil. It's about the end of the world and like devils rising from hell and oh yeah, it's fanfic for sure.
Yeah, it's, you know, nice to provide something of value, so I think we'll go with the armorial rules.
Philaster will say like, oh yeah, that's definitely gonna work. Philaster will also say, oh, I almost forgot. And he will take out the longsword that Tanis gave him and give it back to Tanis. I have my own blade, and he will pull out his sword. Or a sword that he has now. He bought it.
Sure, I'll reattach that sheath to my belt.
Mosif will say, so you are off then.
Seems so.
Well, I owe you a great deal, all of you. You have not only rescued my friend Philaster, but also safely guarded me and guided me back to a Baldur's Gate. And for that I am eternally grateful.
Don't mention it.
If there is anything that I can do to repay you, all you need to do is ask. I don't take my debts lightly, especially not one as great as this.
You helped get the refugees who would have certainly died on that road back here. It's truly Baldur's Gate that should be thanking you.
Ah, pish posh. That's what he like does his hand, but it's like, oh yeah, I'm the hero. You know me.
Butter him up a little bit.
Yeah, of course.
Oh no, stop, more, no, stop.
Am I a hero? Yes.
I can't say, but yes.
So Mosif will thank you again. And he will say, I have a good feeling. I will see you again.
It makes one of us.
It will be all right. I know it. You are with Jin Said.
If any of that is true, then I guess we all have something going for us for the first time in a while.
Okay. Is there anything else you would like to talk to Philaster Philaster's coming with you, but Mosif and or Philaster in Little Kalimshan?
Where are the horses?
They're out in he's got them.
Oh,
He'll bring them to you. They're in
whereas-
North Chapel. Yeah, you're in their outer city already.
Right, okay.
Rode a horse once, you know.
It's gonna be real fun.
Be that hard.
Are we just ready to get out of this goddamn city then?
I think we're ready.
Okay. You all leave Little Kalimshan, say goodbye to Mosif, but Mosif brushes it off like, I'll see you again. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about your farewells. I know all of you will be safe, and I will see you again. And then they'll say something like, the gods be at your back, and you leave Little Kalimshan. You will see, as you're exiting the oasis, the young man lost. Mosif was right. Mosif was right. It wasn't to the death. It was just whoever got marked first. So the Amlikars stepped in after that.
Gabar would have lost so much money on that.
All right,
Yeah.
so we move out to the outer city. There is a stable house or whatever that Philaster has purchased horses for everyone.
Sweet.
You all get on your horses and you ride through the city. You make your way to Worm's Crossing. It is no longer full of refugees. You cross the crossing into Rivington and out back onto the road as you will be leaving Baldur's Gate. And we get that shot where we see the 6 people riding on their 6 horses, and it's sort of silhouetted by the sun, and you guys crest a hill, and there's Baldur's Gate laid out all behind you. And you ride towards the camera, and we fade to black. That is where we end the session for tonight.
How could you not level up after that? That is just so perfect.
No, you'll see. All right, so you guys leave the city, and that's the end of the session. We'll do the outro. Thank you so much for watching. See you all on the next dive into the descent. Stay sharp and farewell, adventurers.
Farewell,
Farewell,
adventurers.
adventurers.
Baldur's Gate.
Next week. Hey, I like the emoji.